Hello everybody and welcome back to this audio video. This is something kind of new for me and I just thought I'd try it out. So basically this is going to be kind of like a podcast type of thing. There's no real video to this, it's just audio. I may put some visual prompts just in case you happen to for some reason be watching it, but if not, it's just something you can kind of listen to and enjoy that way. I have done a couple of videos like this in the past, earlier in the year, at the beginning of the year, that were film reviews in this type of style, just as an audio, rather than a visual. But I had an interesting idea, and then I thought, it might be kind of long, might be kind of chatty, so maybe it'd be better to do it this way rather than, a sit down video. And this is going to be called Currently I'm. So I'm going to be going over different topics. I'm going to be doing currently I'm watching, currently I'm reading, currently I'm listening to, currently I'm playing, and currently I'm eating. So yeah, just going to kind of be a touching on base of what I'm kind of up to at the moment in terms of not general life, but in terms of media and things like that. So of course, first we'll do currently I'm watching. Now this is a difficult one because of course, with films, you're not really currently watching anything. You're either watching a film or you're going to watch a film soon. There's not really much in between. However, I do actually have something in between today. So the last film that I watched at the time of filming this was The Parent Trap. Now, the reason why I ended up watching The Parent Trap is because one, I love The Parent Trap, and this is the Lindsay Lohan one, by the way, the 1990. I don't know. I'll look it up as we speak. But yeah, the Lindsay Lohan one. I love this film. I grew up watching this film, and I was completely just obsessed with it. I thought it was the best. For years, I did not know that Lindsay Lohan wasn't a twin. When I found out, I was really crushed. It was a sad day. 1998. Okay, this came out in 1998. Now, like I say, I love this film, and when I was growing up, or just generally my whole life, didn't change. I'm an only child, so again, obviously, when I was growing up, I was an only child, as I am now. And I used to watch this film, and I would memorize all the words, not just for the twins, but for everybody. I know the words of all the characters, for the most part. And I loved that. And I feel like had I have had any siblings, I would have absolutely made me be one twin and they be another, and they would have just had to deal with that, and that's what we would have done. Um, but yes, the reason why this came about anyway was because sometimes, occasionally, me and Josh put a selection of films in a hat. We write them down on a piece of paper, put them in a hat, as you might see, like on Tuesday night movie night and things like that. We don't film it. It's just to make decisions easier. So usually I pick two, he picks two, or sometimes I pick three, he picks three. You know how it is. However, I never win. I have never won in this game. Well, whatever you want to call it. My movie has never come out. So I thought, something's weird's going on here. I can't remember all the films that have come out, but the one we did last was The Belko Experiment. And I really enjoyed The Belko Experiment. And another one I can remember of his film that came out was John Wick, and I really enjoyed John Wick. So it's not that I don't enjoy when his film comes out, I usually end up enjoying it, but I was just sad that my film never comes out. So he said last night, okay, I'll tell you what, you can put 3 pieces of paper in, I'll put 2. I was like, okay, fair enough. Gives me a little bit extra chance. So I put, what did I even put now? I put The Fox and the Hound, I put The Parent Trap, I put something else that I've completely forgotten, and he put Repo and the Genetic Opera, is that what it's called? And King Arthur, which is new. And luckily for me, The Parent Trap came out of the hat. Josh always said to me, I've seen The Parent Trap, I don't need to watch it again. I was like, there's always a good time to watch The Parent Trap though. But yeah, pretty much it drove him nuts because I still remember all the words. And while obviously I didn't quote the entire film, there was just some parts that I could not resist to quote. So I love that film, and I feel like it would be in my top 5 favourite films, maybe even my top 3. I feel like every scene is fantastic, and the script I think is brilliant, and I just really, really love it. I love the music, everything about it I think is really great. Now, I've never seen the original, I don't think that I would be, just because I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it, because I feel like I love this one so much. I just wouldn't get the same from it. So I feel like I don't know, I wouldn't want to be that person who says, "Oh, I don't really enjoy the original," but I just feel like I probably wouldn't. So I don't know. I don't know if that really makes sense. Anyway, then because Josh had to watch 2 hours of The Parent Trap, and it still was not too late, he says, "Okay, now let's just watch Repo, the Genetic Opera." I think that's what it's called. And I was like, okay, and I actually bought this film for him the other day. He'd been going on about it for a while, and he said it's one of his favourite films, you know, it's kind of weird, da, da, da. And I was speaking to some friends, and they're like, oh yeah, randomly, I hadn't even mentioned the film, they said about this film, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. So I thought, you know what, I'll get it for him from HMV, because I was in HMV, and I saw it was there, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll pick that up. And we're about 40 minutes in, and it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what I'm going to think of it. Some of the songs I really like, and some of them I don't. Like, some of them I really find just like, oh no, this is just not good at all. But I really find it difficult when films do like talking, singing, and that's why I've never watched Les Mis, because I don't think I would get on with it. However, I did like this film The Last 5 Years, which was kind of talking, singing, or more so actually, it was just kind of constant song. The whole film was told through song, and I really enjoyed that. This is kind of the same. There's not really any general talking, it's all kind of song, but some of it's that talking, singing, if you know what I mean. So I guess I am actually currently watching something, and it is Repo. Is it Repo Man of the Genetic Opera? I really don't know. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. Or probably not. I don't know how many people have heard of this film. I I don't know. Like I say, it's weird that I heard people talk about it the other day, because I kind of thought no one else knew it, because it kind of seemed like a weird film Josh had almost made up. Had I not have actually been able to find it, I would have been like, no, he's just invented this himself. It's just a joke, you know. So I will be finishing that. I don't know whether I'm looking forward to it or not. I can't be sure. However, it is a Thursday today, as I'm filming this, and, well, recording this, whatever you want to call it. And on Friday, I filmed Friday reviews. I picked up 3 movies this week, Monday Movie Hunting. I picked up King Arthur, which I'm pretty much looking forward to, actually. I'm not entirely sure what the runtime is, but I'll have a look, because I've been watching Once Upon a Time season 5, and that's all kind of about King Arthur and Merlin and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, yeah, I could watch a King Arthur movie. Okay, it's 126 minutes, so basically 2 hours. I think I'm looking forward to it. I've heard some mixed reviews though, so I'm not really sure what to think, but I just kind of hope it'll be kind of medievally fun. That's what I'm hoping for. I always really liked The Sword in the Stone, but I feel like, you know, I'm not really expecting that. So I haven't watched King Arthur yet. I also, of course, have Baywatch to watch. I think I'll enjoy this. I think it'll be fun. Some people commented and said, yeah, you know, it's a fun time. Don't worry, it's cheesy, but it's fun. And I really do love The Rock. I really love Dwayne Johnson. I pretty much watch any film that comes out that he's in. I'm like, yes, I'll pick that up. So, yeah, I'm sure it'll be a fun, cheesy time. At least that's all that I'm really hoping for. And that's 116 minutes. So, pretty much 2 hours also. So I'm really thinking that I need to watch one of these tonight, and the other one that I have of Monday Movie Hunting is The Red Turtle. Now this is a Studio Ghibli production. It's not, obviously, the guy whose name has left my mind. Isn't really, they were stopping making films, but then they came out with this, and it definitely looks like a different kind of style. I haven't really looked into it too much yet, because I don't really like to know much before I go into it. But it's definitely got a different style, but it is put out by Studio Ghibli. You know, it's got their kind of logo on the DVD and things like that. And this is only 80 minutes, so it's a very short little film. And I've heard some really fantastic things about it, so I hope I'll enjoy it. I remember last year the film When Marnie Was There came out, and I enjoyed that, but I didn't love it. However, I've been thinking about it more and more as time's gone by. It's maybe been a year since I've watched it. And I feel like I really did like it. I definitely want to revisit it. I feel like it was an underrated Studio Ghibli film, and I just feel like maybe I missed something. I feel like what happened was when I was watching the film, it kind of had this element of mystery, and I was trying to figure it out and understand what was going on. And I kind of was expecting something the whole time, but now that I've seen the whole film and I can kind of just reflect back, I feel like I really will enjoy it more on a second watch. I feel like maybe it was just because it was different. It was kind of a different Ghibli, um, but I really, really did enjoy that one. And it's the only one I have on Blu-ray, so I now kind of regret not just buying the DVD because it just seems easier. So I'm hoping to watch either, King Arthur, Baywatch, or The Red Turtle tonight so that I can review one of them in tomorrow's Friday reviews, of which I also have Snatched to talk about, which I didn't like at all. That's kind of why I've been putting off watching films since. I feel like I watched Snatched, I watched a couple of films the day of or the day after, and then I didn't watch a film for like a week. So yeah, I also watched Colossal, which I really am excited to talk about. So I just need to kind of watch another one, and then I'll have 3 to talk about, and that'll kind of feel a little bit better. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm currently watching in terms of films. In terms of TV shows, I feel like I'm probably not going to go into it too much today because it is the 28th of September. And so in the beginning of next week, my TV time video is going to be going up, which I'm really excited about because I feel like I've watched quite a lot of TV shows this month and I feel like I have quite a lot to say. So I don't want to delve too deep into what I'm watching right now on TV because I don't want to kind of sound stupid, but I don't really want to spoil my TV time one. So I'm going to leave that out for now. But in the future, if I do one of these in the middle of the month of October, say, or just whenever, I'll probably just mention, what I'm mainly watching in that moment. Because obviously, when I do my TV time videos, I talk about a bunch of TV that I've watched throughout the month. But obviously, I watch different things in kind of different sections of the month, if that makes sense. I'm sure everyone does that anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it for currently I'm watching. Now let's move on to currently I am reading. So, currently I'm reading, I'm just trying to look around for it now because I don't know the author, but it's a book called Pax. Now, this is the September Waterstones Children's Book of the Month. I've been picking these up all the year, and for the most part, I've enjoyed them. There's been 2 that I haven't liked, and there's been 2 that I haven't finished. But all of the other ones, bar those 4, I've mostly loved. So, it's not too bad. And Pax seems very September and autumnal, and the cover looks beautiful. And it kind of reminds me of The Fox and the Hound, and this is actually why I put The Fox and the Hound in that kind of, picking cat that I talked about earlier. I really love The Fox and the Hound, and I grew up watching it. It's really, really sad. And Pax is a story about this boy who it's kind of during the war, and his father's going off to war, so the boy's going to go and have to live with his grandfather. And this boy not owns, that's completely the wrong word entirely. This boy has a pet fox. That's more correct. I'm not editing this, so now I feel really bad that I tried to tell you that the boy owned a fox, because that is not. We don't own pets, that's just mean. And plus, a fox isn't even really a pet. Anyway, really getting off track. This boy has basically, I think he saved this young fox cub. As we see in Fox and the Hound, you guys get where I'm going. And, he and this fox are like really close, best friends. It's really cute. And it's actually told from dual perspectives, one from the fox's point of view and 2 from the boy's point of view, which I really thought was really cute. But the fox's point of view is like really heartbreaking. Like, it's pretty rough to read because it's so sad, especially because I think of it as The Fox and the Hound. I'm really not very far into it. I do want to kind of get it finished up by the weekend, yeah, because Sunday is the 1st, so I want to finish it up in September because it was the September book of the month. It's a children's book, as I say, middle grade, so it'll be pretty easy to get through, and it's only about 275 pages, I think. So, I'm going to get through that pretty quickly, but it is pretty sad. But it definitely has the autumn vibes. Like I say, this cover is just very autumnal. You know, it's got those kind of vibes. But I feel like I didn't even tell you what happened with the boy and the fox. So it's dual perspective. And the boy's father's going off to war, as I said, he has to go with his grandfather. So he has to leave the fox in the woods, again, as we see in The Fox and the Hound, which is just really sad and heartbreaking. The Fox and the Hound really kills me. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to read it and see where it goes, because, like I said, I love The Fox and the Hound, and it definitely gives me those type of vibes. But that's what I'm currently reading. The book that I finished previous to reading Pax is The London Eye Mystery by Siobhan Dowd. Siobhan Dowd, and Siobhan Dowd came up with the idea or the concept for A Monster Calls, but unfortunately she passed away before she was able to, write the book A Monster Calls. So Patrick Ness, has written A Monster Calls. So I thought it would be really interesting to read something that she has written, because I really like the idea around Monster Calls and kind of the whole meaning behind it. And The London Eye Mystery is a middle grade mystery book. I love mysteries, any type, whether it's a murder mystery, an Agatha Christie mystery, or a middle grade mystery, anything like that, I enjoy. So I thought I would enjoy this, and I did. It was good. And actually, Robin Stevens has written a sequel called The Guggenheim Mystery, because again, unfortunately, Siobhan wasn't able to, continue on with Ted, who's our main character, continue on with his story and, more tales from him, which is really sad and unfortunate. And Robin Stevens actually writes kind of a part in the beginning, which kind of gives you introduction to her connection to the book and why she is now, going to continue on. And yeah, her book's called The Guggenheim Mystery, and that came out this year, so that's really interesting as well. And I did enjoy the book, and yeah, it was good. I will be talking about it on my book channel at some point. I think I'm going to do a whole September wrap up, which is FKJ Books. So that's kind of my reading portion of this video. I've just realised now I was supposed to pre-look up, as I was speaking about all the other things I'd already known what I was going to say. I was going to look up what I'd been listening to. Okay, and I haven't done that. So now we're on to currently I'm listening to. So I'm just now looking at my history on YouTube. That's kind of how I listen to music, actually, is just on YouTube. I don't know if anyone else does anything differently. I do sometimes buy CDs and listen to them in the car. That's what I listen to in the car. But when I'm here, I just put it on YouTube and listen to it that way. Now, it's funny because a lot of this is like no copyright music, because I just listen through music to pick out for vlogs and stuff. A song that I have been listening to and I completely love is Robbers by the 1975, and I have been really, really, really loving that song, like completely, and I'll definitely be talking about it in my favourites, because it's a really fantastic song. And it kind of is different for the 1975, actually. I saw the 1975 maybe at Tea in the Park in 2012. If they weren't at Tea in the Park in 2012, it could have been at another festival in 2012. I went to Leeds in 2012, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't there, but it could have been. Or it could have been at Leeds 2013, or it could have been at V Festival in 2011. I don't know. From like age 16 to 19, I went to 1 or 2 festivals every year, so I don't know who I saw where, but I feel like it might have been Tea in the Park 2012. But again, if you look up that and they weren't there, it was probably somewhere else. Yeah, so I saw them kind of when chocolate was big, and hadn't heard this song, or maybe I had heard it but not really listened to it. And then I really listened to it and I thought, wow, this is brilliant. And apparently it's based off of True Romance, which I haven't seen, but now I'm desperate to see True Romance, which is I don't think it's got something to do with Quentin Tarantino. I'm gonna have a look now. And yeah, I've never seen True Romance. I don't really know many people talk about it, but now I feel like I've been looking into it. I feel like people will really like it. So, True Romance. Is this the right one? Let's see. Crew. Yeah, it was written by Quentin Tarantino. Okay. I felt like it wasn't a Quentin Tarantino movie. I didn't think it was directed. I thought maybe produced, but no. So it was written by Quentin Tarantino. It came out in 1993, and I don't really know much about it, but I heard that song was based off it, and now I'm desperate to see True Romance. I don't own it, so I'll be picking that up at some point. And another song that I've been listening to is by the Lumineers. Is that how you say it? Who I also saw maybe that same year, but this was definitely at Leeds Festival. That's where I saw them, probably in 2012. And it's Ophelia. I love this. I'd never heard the song by them until only this month, and I completely loved it. It's upbeat, it's cheery, it's kind of short. It's about 2 minutes 40, and it's so good. I would definitely recommend checking it out. They do some fantastic songs. Obviously, they've got the kind of big hits, Hey Ho and such, and then they also had a song that was on Storks, the Storks soundtrack, which I loved. But Ophelia is just great, and I hadn't heard of it before. It seems pretty popular though. It's got 64 million views on YouTube here, so it's not like an underrated song or anything. But I'd never heard it, and now I have, and I really love it. The only other thing I was listening to was the Phenomenal by Eminem, the Southpaw soundtrack, but I was actually listening to it as the training scene. I just wanted to go back and listen to that, and I watched it multiple times and listened to it. I definitely need to re-watch that film because I haven't watched it in a really long time since I first watched it, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was so fantastic. I can't wait to see him in. There's a new film with him in. I think it's called Stronger, or I don't know. And I hope he'll be fantastic because I was really disappointed with Jake Gyllenhaal in Life. I feel like it wasn't his fault. That I felt it wasn't much to work with in Life. But then again, I also wasn't overly blown away. Well, I suppose Nocturnal Animals. I feel like actually his character was, pretty fantastic. But I wasn't blown away by the movie. Stronger, yes, it is called Stronger. I'm really interested to see him in that, and I think that I'll really enjoy that film. I think it'd be a fantastic film. So yeah. So that is everything that I am currently listening to. So now we'll move to currently I'm playing. Okay. So on the 3DS, 2DS, if you saw my new video, you'll know that I got a new 2DS XL. And I actually haven't played my 2DS now for about a week. I feel like this past week has been kind of busy. I didn't really watch many films. I haven't really played many games. I have been reading, but I just kind of do that anyway. So 3DS, 2DS. I suppose I've kind of been getting more into Luigi's Mansion 2. And I had never really played this, and I feel like I didn't understand how to play it. I felt that was my issue. And now that I've revisited it, I feel like it's really fantastic. Now the levels are quite long, so it's not really something I could just pick up and play really quick, which I thought maybe was my mistake. With the 3DS, 2DS, whatever, it's always something that I kind of pick up and play and don't really sit down for long amounts of time. But Luigi's Mansion 2, I feel like you need to give it your time. You need to sit down and have some dedicated time rather than just rushing in and just trying to play it within 10-minute intervals. That's not really how that's going to work. But yes, I have definitely been getting more into that, but I feel like I'm not in the meat of it yet. I definitely need to give it more time. I've been meaning to go back and play Pokemon Sun, but I have not. I really want to get an Eevee and, evolve her into multiple things. Well, I want to get a few Eevees and have a few things. So that's something that I want to do soon, but haven't done yet. And the other thing that I've been playing is Ever Oasis, which I've talked about in my last month's favourites. I've talked about in my recent 3DS pickups. I feel like I've talked about this multiple times, but it is a fantastic game and I love it. And it kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing, how you can kind of just pick it up and play it for 10-15 minutes a day and then just, kind of keep doing that. So that's a really fantastic game for kind of that purpose, and that's kind of what I really love using my 3DS for. I really enjoy that. Now on the Switch, again, I haven't really played any games for about, I just accidentally knocked the laptop, sorry, for about a week, which, again, I'm not really sure what's been going on. It's just kind of been busy and I just haven't really had the time. And so many games come out for the Switch in October, so I really need to get on with things. But mostly I've been playing Mario and plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I love it, I think it's fantastic. Again, I'll be talking about in my favourites for September, so I don't really want to go into too much here, but I really have been enjoying it, and I'm only on World 2, and I kind of want to play it through it slowly. I've been going back and replaying levels, trying to get better score, trying to collect more money to buy better weapons, and just really been sinking my teeth into it quite a lot, so I've been really loving that. And I have to kind of say, I haven't really played Splatoon or Zelda for quite a while. I do need to jump back in to games. And then the only thing that I'm currently playing on the PlayStation 4 is Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. And let me tell you, this drives me crazy. I find it so hard, and I had these games growing up and I never knew they were this hard. Because I wanted to play through them, chronologically. The first game first, and the second, etc. Josh wanted to skip straight to number 3, which was Crash Bandicoot Warped, I believe. And I feel like I remember playing 3 the most as well, but I don't know if that's just because obviously it came out later than the others, so it's closer to my memory, I don't know. But I also used to love Crash Bash. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I wish they would have just thrown Crash Bash in there, because Crash Bash was more like mini games and stuff, but I completely loved it. Either way, so we started out with the first game, and I'm on World 2, and I'm completely stuck. Well, I say that, I was completely stuck on the last level of World 1. It drove me crazy. And now I'm completely stuck again, so I'm sure I'll get unstuck. I'm gonna do it. Eventually, I feel like I won't complete the game. I feel like it's so hard. And like I say, I had this game as a child, and I played it, but I must have maybe just given up, or just not ever got very far. I really don't know. Or they made it harder. I'm really not sure, but I really have been struggling to play the game. So yeah, that's Crash Bandicoot. I'm only on World 2, and I feel like I've been putting so much time into it, but let me tell you, I've had to play level after level. I've had to play over and over and over and over. And sometimes I'd have played a level, I think, I don't know, 15 times, or probably more. Me and Josh will swap between who's playing it, and then one of us get really annoyed, and the other one will take over, and then we'll turn it off, and then we'll turn it back on because it's just annoying that we haven't been able to do it. But then there'll be a level that I just breeze through and do it in one go without even losing any lives, and then I'll get to another level I just get stuck on. So it's kind of a weird mix. But yeah, I kind of hope that I'd be able to complete it. That was my plan, but I'm really not sure how that's going to go. And currently I'm eating, obviously not actually currently eating anything at all. I have a drink here, which is just water. How exciting. And so, let me think. Last night for tea, I actually had a weird tea last night. The other week we did a larger shop with a bunch of things, and then we kind of ran out of that shop, and it's kind of at that point where we're like, oh, we just pop to Sainsbury's and pick up one tea for, I don't know, the previous night. And then last night we're like, we could pop to Sainsbury's, or we could just see what we have. And we had these chicken nuggets, which are the really nice ones from Sainsbury's. They're kind of in the fridge section, not the freezer section, and I really love them. And we had 5 of those left over, and before we used them with sweet chili and noodles a few days ago. And so I was like, I could just have those and pasta. So last night I literally had plain pasta and these 5 chicken nuggets, because I thought, well, I don't really know what to have with these chicken nuggets. But I actually really like pasta and chicken nuggets. I first saw it on Him and Her, this show. I was watching Him and Her, and he made this spaghetti nuggets, and I was like, what? And then I tried it, I was like, yes, that is nice, but kind of like a weird thing to have. But that's what I had last night for tea, so I feel like tonight I'm either going to have something really amazing, I haven't decided yet. It's nearing tea time now. After this, I will be pretty much going and having tea. So I'm either 1, going to the shop after I've done this, or 2, I'm going to go out for tea. Because, yeah, but I really don't know. I haven't come to a conclusion yet, but I want to have something really cool and nice. But every time I think that, I'm like, what is cool and nice and awesome? So, you know, maybe pasta chicken nuggets is awesome to some people. I quite like it, but I feel like it's not like the best thing ever. Like, I want to eat something and be like, yes, that is the best thing ever. I went to Frankie and Benny's the other week and ordered a pizza. Now, it was a 10-inch deep pan. What was it? It was like a barbecue meat feast. Like, it had everything. If you are vegetarian, this is definitely not the pizza for you. It had meatballs, pepperoni, sausage, beef. Like, it just had all the things, all the meats with barbecue sauce. And at the time, we'd had some garlic bread to start. And this pizza, you know, it's not huge, but you know, it's pretty big. And then I think I had like 1.5 pieces, and I was so full, and I was like, oh gosh, like I'm so full. So I asked to have the pizza taken home, and now Josh had actually ordered the exact same thing. I say it like he ordered the same as me. No, I was ordering something else, and then he decided to have that, and I was like, oh, I feel like I want that too. So, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have the same as you. So he ate, I don't know, over half of his. He left like 2 pieces, say there was 6 pieces. And I only ate 1.5 pieces of mine. So obviously I asked the guy, you know, can we take this with us, you know, away? Because I don't really like to leave, you know, all that food, because they can't do anything with it. They just have to obviously get rid of it. So it's just such a large waste. And obviously you bought the pizza and things like that. So I really like to take food away from restaurants and stuff, or if I'm at home, just put it and have it the next day. Anyway, so you know, we say, oh, can we take this pizza away? And pretty much my pizza and his pizza makes basically a whole pizza. So then the next day for tea, we reheated this Frankie and Benny's pizza. And because I wasn't so full from, I don't know, from the starter, I just felt really full, like really quick. We were able to share this pizza, and it was so good, and I loved it. So yeah, that was my last meal out. I went to Frankie and Benny's, but I feel like Frankie and Benny's, I don't know if I like the atmosphere. I feel like it's maybe a bit loud and a bit dark, and you feel like you can't just sit and chat and enjoy your meal. But the food itself, I really like. So, you know, it's kind of swings and roundabouts. I feel like I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm not going to go to Frankie and Benny's tonight because I went there last. But I really, if I was going to Frankie and Benny's, I would absolutely order that pizza. I would actually order a starter, order the pizza, save half the pizza, and bring it home and have it the next day, because I feel like the next day pizza was probably better. Same with Domino's. So that was my kind of food thing. And now this video is over half an hour long, so I feel like that's a good amount of time for this type of audio, video, podcasty type of thing. If you were just wanting to listen to some kind of chat, fun. I know that I do that sometimes, whether it be a podcast or maybe ASMR videos or just things like that. I always enjoy kind of a little bit of a longer video, whether I'm either just wanting to have a cup of coffee and sit down or whatnot. But this is my currently I'm video. So if you want me to do another currently I'm in the future, please let me know in the comment section below. If you prefer me to do currently I'm as an actual video with me sitting in front of the camera with the things, again, just let me know. But I kind of just thought, I don't know, I kind of just thought this way would be better. Like I said, I'd written down the video idea, and then I thought, why not do it as audio rather than visual? So I don't know, let me know your thoughts. And if you want, in the comments below, you can let me know. Currently I'm watching blank, currently I'm reading blank, currently I'm listening to blank, currently I'm playing blank, and currently I'm eating. So that's just basically what you're going to have for your next meal, or what you're going to have for tea on whatever day. I would love to know. I would definitely love to know. I feel like that's something that I would be really interested in knowing people's, because I feel like it's a mix. Because I feel like oftentimes I know what people think of a film or what people's this is or that, but I feel like that's such a kind of broad thing. I'll get a real sense for people, you know, what music you like, what books you're reading, if you're reading anything, what games you're playing. If you're not playing anything, that's fine, just nothing. Or and what food you like. I feel like that'll really help me get to know you all. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Well, if you're just seeing this, my videos aren't usually like this, but either way, check them out. And I will see you guys then. Goodbye!